Kirby Epic Yarn. I got that when it first came out, and I loved it. I mean, I don't remember it came out like in America about 3 months before it came out over in Europe.
Did it?
Basically, you know the Kirby Wii adventure game that came out
Yeah.
they came out like the same year in Europe as it did Epic Yarn. Epic Yarn was like February, and then
Really? I thought like
then Adventure Wii came out like in the November of the same year.
Oh, really? Yeah. I could have swore that game came out much later, or maybe it just feels like that.
Yeah, like I say, it was in America for about a few months before it came over here, and it got probably put in all like the Game of the Year of the Wii of that year, I imagine. And
yeah, it kind of surprised me that they never held that back for the Wii U.
With the Kirby Adventure Wii one.
Yeah, that game had been like
was
like
the GameCube one essentially.
Yeah, it had been on the back burner for a long time.
Yeah, I remember that was it got announced the same E3 as Donkey Kong Jet Race, whatever that was called back then, and the Super Paper Mario, wasn't it? That was like the same E3.
Yeah,
and they all got pushed to Wii essentially.
I was really surprised that Kirby game ever came out.
Yeah, it was the same with Kirby's Air Ride. I remember reading about that as a kid in an N64 magazine. Then, like all of a sudden, it's back on the GameCube. I never got it. I never played that game. I don't know if you did.
Air Ride.
Yeah.
I didn't actually. Well, I played it, but I never owned it. I played it and I thought, oh, this is okay.
But it's like, I just looked at Kirby's Epic Yarn. It got released in mid-October of 2010 in America and Japan, but it didn't get released till February in Europe. And then Kirby's Return to Dreamland or Kirby's Adventure Wii was released in October in all territories except for Europe was in November of 2011. So yeah, we got 2 Kirby games on the Wii in the same year.
That seems like fucking ages ago.
I got Kirby's Adventure Wii and I never beat it.
I've never actually played that game.
I played through it with my sister, and we got through the first world and got halfway through the second, then we called it a night, sort of thing. And then I never went back to it.
Have I ever showed you the death threat, so I got over that game?
No, was that because of the whole argument of it being a GameCube game or not the same game?
Yeah.
I don't know if you showed me, but I think you told me about it before, and it's just like, fucking get alive, seriously.
Basically, how I got involved with Unseen 64 is that they saw this video I made a long time ago.
Right.
Like seriously, I don't know when I was only about 14 or 15.
Yeah.
I made it. I think I just said, a lot of these kind of assets, the way the game is sort of represented in the trailer, it looks a lot like the Subspace Emissary.
Yeah. Basically, that was carried over and transformed into Smash Bros.
Yeah. And then I got a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's bullshit. Of course, it looks like Subspace Emissary because it's fucking Kirby and all this." And people were really spiteful about it, and I was just it really surprised me. That was the first time I'd ever gotten shit like that, and it wasn't like I'd been like, "This game fucking sucks," or said anything defamatory about anything, a person or a game or anything. I just said maybe this is
what became.
It was totally speculation.
Yeah.
And I said this is
But
my
what you were
opinion.
doing, you were shooting down people's hopes and dreams that that game was one day going to resurface.
I think that's how they must have saw it.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I think I used to leave my email address on my YouTube channel, back when you could actually, before YouTube became a communist state where you can't, you used to have your own little description and you could write stuff, and now it's just everybody must be exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably look this up and show you, but it was this guy called Jacob something. He replied to the video basically saying that I'm fucking stupid and all this stuff.
Was this on the Kirby's GameCube?
No. He wrote me a really long email.
Oh, right.
And he sent me this email, and it was really spiteful.
Mm.
It was seriously very, very long. At least 1,000 words.
Wow, so you took that much time and effort.
It must have really got under his skin, because he wrote me this massive email, and I didn't read it for about 3 weeks.
I was surprised.
I was just kind of I thought, somebody's went through a lot of effort. Maybe I thought
a point or something.
I wasn't bothered at first.
Right.
It's kind of oh, this is just going to be some bullshit. But I thought, oh, maybe there is something valid in here that will give me some closure on this. So I went and read it, and I read most of it, I think, and I just and then most of it was just really, really horrible. He was saying he was making fun of my accent, and he was just the usual shit, and I can deal with that, whatever, I don't care. And I just wrote back a very brief answer with just something okay, grow up, or something like that, something very patronizing. And then he wrote back literally within about 20 minutes,
Right, yeah.
like saying like how like, oh, where have you been? Have you been too scared to face me? And I remember he
Cause,
said that, he said
right, yeah.
face me, and
Yeah, I've had similar messages like that where it's like
yeah.
you don't reply for a while because you're doing something else or like you're working and you just think, oh, I better reply to that now, and then they message you back like, oh, well, why have you taken this long? Are you scared of me? I'm just like, fuck off. I've got I'm doing other things outside of the internet. Sorry to be too late.
Yeah, so I didn't write him back, and then he emailed me again,
Hmm.
and then I did write him back, and then we had a succession of replies, and after a little while, I think a few emails in, he was like, probably like, I'm gonna fuck you up, mate. Like I'm looking,
God.
he's some kid from America. Well, not
Yeah.
actually kid. He's probably about my age.
That's the worst thing is when you think they're kids, then you find out they're actually like young
Yeah,
adults.
yeah,
You're just
yeah.
like, really?
I
That's
remember,
doing
I remember,
worse.
I remember he had a really deep voice, and
Right,
he
yeah.
sounded at least 20, 25.
Yeah, you just
Um,
think you should have grown up by now, mate.
yeah, and
Seriously.
like I was like clearly just some little squeaker kid,
Yeah.
and
That's even worse. If you're doing someone like a lot younger than you. Yeah.
yeah, and he was totally like giving me shit and saying that he will fucking burn down my house and kill my family,
Huh.
and like I swear
Fucking
to
hell.
God, I never like really said anything to provoke
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
It was
No,
just
I totally believe you because there are people that are that
yeah. So
fucking
so so
mental.
here's what I did, right?
Hmm.
And this is fucking crazy. I made a video. I showed screenshots of our emails,
I may
and
have seen this video actually.
yeah, and I showed some. It was something like Kirby Farm Boy. I don't know, but I read out the emails and that kind of thing, and I gave it a bit of context, and that's literally all I did in the video. I didn't say anything bad about him. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, how can somebody like get this worked up over a Kirby game?
Yeah, when you put it all in perspective, it's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
shit.
like get a grip.
Yeah.
And within, like, actually, it went up within about a couple of days. It had gotten shared around quite a lot, and
Mm.
like my videos then didn't really get a lot of views. It
Mm.
was probably about like 2009, 2010 when this happened.
Mm.
He wrote me an email, and he basically like he begged me to take this video down because it
Yeah.
was steadily like picking up views, and I think I had about 10,000 views when he sent me this email, and because I put his YouTube thing
Oh,
in
really?
the description, and I'm
Yeah.
like, it's this guy here. He was a nobody, but he was like totally egotistical about it. He's like, you've ruined my reputation online, and that kind of thing, and he's begging me to take it down, and I'm just like, nope. And then like
Good for you.
about a month later, YouTube saw it and removed it for bullying. I contacted them about this. This was when you could actually get a response. And they
Yeah.
thought that I was bullying him by showing our personal messages. That's how they saw it.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, looking from the outside and not doing any research, I can kind of see probably why they would have thought that, but then that's their fault of not looking further into it.
I just thought that was bullshit. Like, I'd hardly done anything. I just sort of said, here's this guy and look at what he's done. I never said anything bad about him.
Mm.
Anything that he said was stuff he said.
Mm.
You know, I showed people the kind of person he was. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what his username was. It was something kind of gibberishy. But he made a video response, like saying a bunch of shit about me.
I was wondering if you'd taken it down, but YouTube removed it anyway.
Yeah, I think it might still be in my YouTube account, but it just says something like rejected for bullying or something
yeah.
stupid like that.